All right, so we've been doing a lot of heavy duty kind of, well, maybe it's not heavy duty for you, but we've been doing a lot of different things. So for the next 2 days, we're just going to do some laid back inputting. We're going to go through the process over the next couple of days of inputting the rest of the piece. We can do that together just to help give you confidence. You can do it on your own in conjunction with me, or just kind of on your own afterwards. And then we're going to go through the process of exporting. Before we do that, of course, we have to make sure we add in all the correct details, but then we'll export it and upload it and make sure everything sounds right. So we're just, going to take it a little bit easy. So the next thing I'm going to do, I've got another pickup measure situation. So you'll notice that measure 5 starts off short. And then I've got, if I count that as a measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to just immediately hit enter and format it because I like the way it looks better. And then I've got 4 measures at the finish, which means I've got 3 extra measures. I'm just going to delete them. So I have basically the right look. Now what I need to do is change the measure properties here to be only 1 beat instead of 4. So right click properties down to 1 beat for that one. And then the other one that I have to adjust is the very last one. This has to be the rest of the incomplete measure. So this one's going to be 3 because 3 plus 1 equals 4. There we go. Just to kind of finish out the formatting structure I'm doing right now, I'm going to add some repeats. I'll add them at the end, and then we've also got the repeat markings at the beginning of the second line, so I'll make sure to get those. That's not dragging over nicely, so let me try this. There we go. Okay, got my repeat marker there. Now I can finally get into some input. So I'll do the right hand first. I actually think, just glancing through this, it looks like nice. It looks like I'll be able to do some copy and pasting because we've got a nice ABA kind of thing. So that'll make my input job easier. 4, do some 8th notes. C, B, 5. Now 4, D, E, 5, F. Back to 8th notes. We've got this nice little pattern. B, whoa, that's too high. Control down. B, A, quarter note 5, B. You're gonna have to deal with my singing apparently. Quarter note 5. And then back to 4, A, oh, too high, control down. A, G, 5 for A. Then we've got 4 again, D, C, dotted note, 5 dot, B, 4, C, and now half note dot, 6 dot, C. And then it looks like I'll be able to do some copy and pasting after that, which is pretty nice. I want to just go tidy up this little thing with some slurs. Make sure everything looks right. I'm highlighting what I want slurred and hitting S. Just these nice little 3-note phrases. Except for this last one. Ba-da-da-dum. Slur up to here. Okay, I'll deal with the left hand a little bit later. So I've got the rest here. And that's where, let's see if the right hand can just be copied verbatim. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da. See, yeah, the trill. Yes, it can indeed be copied verbatim. That's really nice. So I wanted to start on this rest at the end of the second line. Control V, let's paste that in there. Perfect. Now I don't have to re-input all of that. And it's already going to put the trill in there for me. All right, so I'm going to make sure I have a trill in here as well. Typing it in my palette so I can just search it quickly and click, but I don't like the sound of it, so I'm going to deselect play, and then we don't have to listen to the brrr kind of crazy sound. Okay, so that's all I want to do for that. Let's input some left hand now, and then we'll do the kind of fine point details tomorrow. Note input, I've got a lot of parallel motion stuff, it looks like. So 4, too low, there we go, A, G sharp, 5A, 4, F, E, 5G, 4, G, F sharp. I always like using the up arrow to change accidentals, 5G, 4, E, D, 5C, 4, F, E, 5, F. Now, here's where this next little part is going to be in a different voice. So you can kind of see the way it's written. It seems like it's only the last 3 beats that are set up with 2 voices. So I want to start with the upper voice, and I'm going to do that with number 3. So Control Alt 3. It's going to start with actually a rest. I'll make that invisible a little bit later, but a quarter rest, so 0, And then I'm going to do the half note 6, and that's going to be a G. Oh, too high. Control down. There we go. Okay, now going back kind of in the same area, I'm going to do Control Alt 4 for the bass note. It's going to start with a quarter D. There we go. 5, got to get that rest in there, and then 5G. Make that lower. And that's the extent of our overlapping. Now, I was able to cut that one of these out of the way, but I'm going to have to just make the other ones invisible just by hitting V. Just because I don't like the cluttered look of that rest thing going on there. All right, finish my note input. I'm back to voice 1, quarter note 5, C, 8th note 4, octave up, B, quarter note, and A, and G sharp. I want to see if the rest of this matches. It starts matching once we get a little deeper into this part. So let's just keep doing a bit more note input. A, 4, A, G, whoops, A, G, and then F. Okay, and that's when I think we're gonna really start noticing, let's see, is this gonna be completely copy pasted? D, E, F sharp, G, E, A, da, da. Yeah, perfect. I can copy and paste this now. All right. Control V. There we go. Don't have to deal with all that extra note input. All right. That's where I'm going to stop today. And then tomorrow I'm going to finish cleaning up the left hand, making sure we format it so it's visually appealing. And then we're going to upload it.